It's on God's fault that the woman killed herself. And this time he even went so far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. How terrible! What a selfish person! I guess there are slimeball lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too. There's no room for doubt here. Mr. The Killer's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. Again. The defendant's motives were clear, entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. Hold on. Can we read the note? We can't read the note. Ugh! How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. You must throw a tantrum. Flail about on the floor until people look at you. I know, I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay, there are two deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel is already in the judge's hand, Phoenix, hurry! The suicide note or the figurine, which one of these should I pursue? The figurine? There's no evidence. There's no evidence that Matt knew. Wait, no, the figure. Wait. Why would Matt not destroy the suicide note? After he... Oh, he didn't get his hand on it, never mind. How would Matt know that the note is in the figurine? Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. The assassin took this with him from the crime scene after murdering Mr. Corridor. At the request of his client, of course. So what's your point, Mr. Wright? I don't think it's possible that Mr. the Killer's client was Matt on guard. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. You can't tell by just looking at it that this bear is really a jewelry box. The chances that Matt on guard thought the note was inside the bear are 0 to none. Oh! I didn't think of it that way. Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. After all, there is no reason why Mr. On Guard would ever want a jewelry box like this. Order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Sure. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this! What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. I thought so too. Matt on Guard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt on Guard. No, it was only recording during 1 hour. No, it wasn't. He wasn't watching the whole time. Order, Mr. Wright! Yes, Your Honor. You! Don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not that same one. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Mr. On Guard's fingerprints were on there. Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. On Guard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Sure you do. The other camera was only recording for 1 hour per day. Hey, now what's with that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy? Just stop, don't look at him. The way he's sweating is just so nasty. Phoenix! Yes, Chief. Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What I'm going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case. But, in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Leah? There is a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate. I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. I think it's the transmitter. I'm not sure if that's what she's talking about. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. No, we don't, Judge. We're not done. We're not done. God, this is so bad. Cause it's oh god. It's not, we're just forcing this. This is so forced. It's so forced. Come on. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? Sure I do. What is this piece of evidence that Mira is talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? I have an objection, Your Honor. Huh, that was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. You're beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? Yes, Via, it is. Why don't you be the defense? So you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about what this piece of evidence. Changes footage by the spy camera and the radio rates and transmits the data. I think it's this. I think it's this. I think it is this. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, yes, I do believe some special examination is needed, but I think the item that should be examined is the defense's grey matter. Alright, it's not that. I don't know what the game thinks. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let me just save closer. Um. Set to record the victim's room from 8 PM for 1 hour, so running the time of the... Okay, so I'm gonna present this. I thought it was the time. I thought this was the time. No, the time is here. No, it's not that. It's not that. I was gonna ask, like, how frequently was it recording? It's not. I don't know. I don't actually know. Unless there is no right answer, you're just like throwing stuff out. No, Mia, according to Mia, there is a right answer. It's not this one or this one for some reason. A wooden puzzle with a hollow inside. Only Corridor and Andrews knew how to open it. Suicide note found inside the figurine tells of Unguard's horrible misdeeds. Like, is it the fact that he didn't destroy this right away? Oh, why? Why is that it? That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right? I did think of this earlier, like why didn't he just destroy it right away? But the game is slow rolling, to the point where I thought it would be irrelevant. But it's not, they're just slowly getting to what I thought about a long time ago. That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear. But this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on this suicide note has yet to be analyzed. That's it? That's it? How would you know what to write in the note? Oh! So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impacts or not, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed. Why is that important? Why is that important? That's not important, dude. The note has On Guard's scandals on it. And On Guard wants to take it and destroy it. It doesn't actually matter who wrote it, because it's the scandals that On Guard wants to destroy. It's not the note, it's not the handwriting, it's the contents. It doesn't matter who wrote it. That's not important, Phoenix. That's not actually important. Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting, Mr. Wright! Are you saying this suicide note is a fake? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. On Guard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? How dare you! Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. Yes. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. Nani? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Ah! Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt on Guard. I did no such thing. Right, if you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. That's enough! Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on this suicide note? It is as the defense has stated, the handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible. No, it's not. Who cares? Oh no, come on. Come on. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis, my butt, that's just the lawyer trying to buy more time. Oh, God is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 Very guilty. So guilty. Unbelievably guilty. What is that sound? That is the Steel Samurai coming to save us, Judge. It's Gumshoe! Hello, Gumshoe! He's talking on the phone in court. Sai. What is with him? And what's with that Sai? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. Nani? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Guilty. They got away. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. There's no way you can talk on the phone in court. You'd get kicked out immediately. I can't do that. Throw him the phone! Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you've got to buy us some more time. Court is in session. sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm reluctant to do this, however. It appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day. So stupid. So incredibly stupid. I think, you know, I've decided. I have decided to believe that the story writer thinks the audience are stupid. The idea that anybody can go along with this shenanigans. Only a complete moron would think anybody would appreciate this. I mean, jumping the shark is really, putting it mildly, it's really an understatement. A severe understatement. Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary test on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor. No. Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. March 23, 2:04 PM, District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Right, well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer, it looks like he got away again! 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. Ung. Report! Aha! Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time to spit it out. Right. It looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence? Oh ho 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 ho, I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. You're putting the law on hold to come to the courtroom. You know the courtroom is the law, right? Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, I'll say I'll be there in 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. The clue to Maya's whereabouts is gonna be in the evidence. Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. No one can stop me. What happened? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. but we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No! We can't let that happen. This is so stupid. Well, if there's a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Franziska von Karma has a tracking device on him. Where's Franziska? Why, oh why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? There's a way. That's right, there is a way! Nani? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this! It is through Francisco, right? Why you bring up Francisca at a time like... Oh, I see! I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francisca! Will she even want to help us? Well, we'll say that if we can find Gumshoe, you can whip Gumshoe a little bit. Edgeworth! What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. You never had any right to judge anyone. The judge judges people. Your job is to defend people. You have a right to defend people. You don't have a right to judge people, Phoenix. That's not your job. I know my client is guilty, but what am I doing now? I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict is Prosecutor Edgeworth here. Yes, bailiff. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what you must do, what it is you must do. What I must do is get whipped by Francisca a few times. Alright, save the game, take a break. Would the game be better if they did things differently? I think so. I think it is possible to have the drama and the suspense without it being so ridiculously implausible. Anyway, see you next time.